welcome back. My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Well, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, guys. I hope you all wrapped up if you was in the UK and had the blustery winds. We had them here. I unfortunately had to go out Friday and Saturday, but Sunday I was decorating again. I decided to do my bedroom, so that's 3 rooms in the house done, and now I'm considering doing the washroom or the bathroom. So I just want to, so as soon as I start, guys, I want to go all around the house and make every room fresh. Anyway, the bedroom's done. Right, I've got my phone on the new stand, so I don't know if you can properly see me. It is very hard to manipulate to get it into place. So hence the reason I'm sat a bit further back, just so you may get me in shot. But today we're just going to do a simple wreath. I've had a request of somebody who wants me to do a lavender wreath with a bow, so we're going to do it on a 12-inch wreath, and I've decided to spray the wreath again slightly white, and just so it's got a bit of a silvery look. I didn't want it pure white, and we're going to be placing on our elements. I've done a bow. With the bow has lavender on, where the lavender ribbon is 6-inch, and then the plain lilac is 5.5-inch, and the one in the center is 4-inch. I've got 3 tail ends at the bottom and just 2 at the top, and that is going to go on our wreath. Now for our foliage, there's only I usually say a minimum of 3, so but on this occasion I want to make it extremely basic. I've been looking at other bits of foliage. I'm not sure, I may grab some as we go along, but I have got my willow, so I've decided to have the long leaf willow and place some of those in just for a bit of our movement and our lovely spikiness. I also have got our filler foliage with just a bit. I've not cut a lot down, I don't want too much in of this in dark green. And for our floral, I've only got 3 lilac roses out with a bit of greenery on as well, and I've got some of our lovely white wildflower. I love this, so we've got some of that for movement. And yes, I've got out some of our lavender, and that is all as of yet that we're gonna use. So very basic, and I'm only going to do, the person asked for just on one side only, as they want to see some of the wreath on the opposite side. So that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to bring the camera down on the new stand, and let's see if I can get it in shot. You may see bits where you won't see in shot, guys, but I am absolutely rubbish with technology, as well as the stands for the camera and things like that. So I just try to play it by ear, and we'll just see what we get. So one moment. So let's just bring it down. So that is as close as I dare get it. So you can hear a noise in the background, and that is my heater. It is slightly a bit chilly, but not too bad. I'm just looking at some of the foliage in case I decide. We've got these, we may use, we've got some of this maidenhair fern left, so I may add in a few of those as well. Right. Oh my goodness, I hope this works, guys. I'm so sorry if it doesn't. I will try my best. First of all, I want to add in some of our willow. And what we're going to do, I just want to place the 3 as a cluster of the roses at the bottom, and maybe have the bow under the roses as well. So that is what came to mind as I was going along. And then all up here is going to be the lavender and foliage. So I may cut this willow down. I've cut some down, but I don't want it too sticking out too long. We want to keep it relatively short. Oops, one's just popped off, so let me glue it back on. So I don't want a big wreath on this occasion, so I may cut it and just have the single ones and place one here, then bring one in, so have it like a zigzag coming in and out. So let's try that. So I'm gonna go in at an angle. I'm not gonna go, you know, vertical or anything like that. Follow the grain of your wreath. Put something on that one. So we're gonna go out to start with. And then we're gonna come in here. This is a very tough wreath. Oh my goodness. We may place some in the center as well. Just to fill it up. So just go a bit like a zigzag. And you can manipulate them, you know, just give them a bend. And when I say we may place some in the center, we may bring some here as well. That one hasn't got a stem on it. Don't know where, that's probably come off from somewhere. Oh, it's here. Let's glue that one back on. Let that dry. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. I had a lovely letter of Susan telling me to rest, but oh Susan, I'm just too much of a workaholic. I can't sit down too long. So as you can see, I'm going round. In and out like a zigzag. I'll come to the center ones as we go further along. try and push that in. There we go. And I'm going to stop approximately opposite what this leaf is here at the top, or as you're looking at it at the bottom. Just cut that stem a bit shorter. And I'm following the weight of the wreath as it goes around. Maybe a little bit too long that stem. Then I'm going to place one more on the outer side. So it's a bit, you know, more likely opposite. Just keep an eye on, you know, how far you'd like it to go. So I'm going to place in probably the odd one in the centre. Not too many. Let's just cut that. So I'm just going to lift up here, and when I say in the centre, I mean on, you know, on the top, just to fill it up a little bit. And then I'll go around here. And then one up there. So that's what we've got with our willow. So if I just place these back on. If you'd like to have just one of your stems leaning like this one is around the top, or maybe two, just if I can just do it, just get one and bring it across like that. Right, I'm going to place in our 3 roses. And I'm going to bring these down here. So I'm going to have 1, then 2, and then 3 as a cluster at the bottom. And I'm going to lift them up, so as soon as they're in, I will bend them upwards like that, so the stem is like an L shape. I'm placing them as well in between the foliage. we've got that cluster just there. And then I'm going to attach our bow where you can see the stems of the willow here, and this is where I'm going to be placing our bow. So it will hang just down there. Isn't that pretty? So let's just get our bow in. Oops, I've got a weaving needle. Right. Oops, somebody's here, guys. One moment. I wasn't expecting that. Hello? Yes? Take care. Bye. Oh, let me just see, guys, while I'm here, if you can see. Yeah, it's quite a good close-up. But again, you may not be able to see all angles. But yes, I've got a weaving needle where I place the wire through, as you can see, and then I just bend it into a U-bend like that so it doesn't fall off the needle. And then I push this through our grapevine wreath, and it helps then because it comes through the opposite side to then got something to grab so you can then pull it, and then just open the U-bend and then get the other wire and do the same thing. Don't place them in the same place, guys, as they won't have anything to grab around. So I'm going a little bit higher. I can't see the other. Oh, it's there. There we go. So they're there. They're wrapped around two different areas. So I'm going to just see, position and holding my wire at the back, but just position my bow in, so before I attach it. So it's around there. I will fluff it back up and then just turn it upside down and twist. I've got it wrapped around some other twigs. I twist about 1 inch, cut the excess off of the wire, and then I get my flat nose pliers and then I bend it back in to the wreath, and I use my flat nose pliers to push it in so it doesn't catch on anybody's door. So then I've got that. I could, if I wish, bring one of the tail ends at the top through. Just bring the foliage, some foliage through from the roses, and a little bit of willow. Just hold that way and bring it through. And these are the smaller tail ends at the top. Just give them a tug if you want them in a different, slightly different place. Just so then you have that. effect around the bottom. And bringing this little bit of ribbon just above the roses, you know, weaving it through and just bringing a bit of foliage just to hide some of it, makes it look pretty. You can cut that even down shorter if you wish. We'll see as we go along. So that is our floral in for our main floral. So I'm gonna bring some of this maidenhair fern. I've got this as a plant on my back garden. It is lovely. My neighbour gave me a cutting. And this is on paperback, so I'm just pulling it off of the stem. I don't know how many I need. We'll probably use them all. Let's take them all off. We may as well. I'm just going to cut the stems slightly short because they are very thin. I'll do them all so I'm prepared for it. I have also had a request to do a table, a spring table arrangement to go on a dinner table. So I'm looking forward to doing one of those. Right. So we've got our maidenhair. And I'm going to incorporate these within. There is a front and a back. As you can see, the back is flat. The front is slightly rounded on the leaf. I don't know if you can see that. There's the front where the leaves are slightly rounded and the back is flat, as though they've been pushed in to make the front round. So there is a front and a back to these. I always look to see. Now again, I'm going to bring some of these and entwine them with our willow, and I'm going to go again like I did with the willow here and then on the side in, and like a zigzag effect. So we'll go around here. They have got wire on the main stem in the centre. So that's good. Just make sure which side's which. Sorry about the noise, guys. It is sunny outside, but it's just chilly. I took my neighbour's dog for a walk and it was a bit bitter on the cheeks of your face. And I'm adding these because I just want a different contrast to the flat solid leaf of the willow. So I'm adding something a little bit smaller, or quite a bit smaller actually. And bring that to the outer side. And then we'll go in. Just slightly bend. And just move your wreath around if you've not got a Lazy Susan. I have, but Lazy Susan just doesn't come out very much. Let me just see. Yeah, that's the right way. I'm going to bring one under here. Let me just face it the right way. So we want one there, and I've got one left, and I am going to bring it on the top around the centre because I do want a little bit of foliage just after my bow. And I'm going to position it, you know, like it's going to go round. But I'm not going to do it too far. I just want a little bit showing. So we've got it just like that. I may place a little bit of willow under here as well. So let's just get another bit of willow. Just cut it off the branch. So I think it needs something just under here because we've got that there. So I'll bring that there. Maybe just one more. I can find one I need. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've got an appointment at the to have an X-ray Friday, guys. Friday morning. So we'll lift up our bow and we'll just place a bit of greenery. Just under there as well. So that's what we have at the moment. You can see at the top, lovely with a bit of the maidenhair fern mixed in with our willow, and then our three beautiful lilac roses which look very realistic, and then our bow with a bit of foliage underneath. I'm going to put these filler foliage in, you know, probably near the end, so then I can just add those in. I want to place in the white flowers. They are quite long, but I don't want, I was going to put a stilby in, but I thought let's get some of these. They are push-ups as well, so I can just have them in there, and then when I place in, I've cut a few different sizes of the lavender down in advance. Some on, and then all this lavender is going to be placed around the white flowers. I don't want to put, oh, you know, place too many of the white flowers in because they are quite long and wispy. Oh, so I've just pulled that one off. Oh my goodness. I was looking at ranunculus or daisies, smaller daisies. Let me just put this one back on its stem, guys. Glue that top bit on so it doesn't come off. take the plastic off and place the flower back on. You could use gypsophilia as well, if you have that, or a bit of white lavender, mix it with the purple and white lavender. I'm just going to pop all these up to the top before I cut them. Oh, I've done the same, I think. No. You get 7 flowers on one stem. So I think 7 would be plenty, because I'm going to go here, here, in, out, again, like that zigzag effect, but I'm not going to place in too many, again, with them being long. So I'm going to bring one, let's just in there and entwine it with all the others, foliage. So that's in, and I'm going to come out, if you can see, and bring that one slightly out, put the foliage back on top of it. I do like to prepare before I start. So, and then we'll place another one. I've just caught the leaf. You'll see I've just caught the leaf with the glue. I wait for that to dry, and then it peels off. So I'll place that on top. Now I'm going to go around where this rose is, on the outer side. Let's just turn it a little bit so it comes in. And I've just pulled the willow leaf off. Gosh, I am really naughty today. Gosh, where did that come from? Do you get that, guys, where you've pulled something off and you can't find it? Right, let's put a pick on it and I'll place it back in. I can't find it. So I've got there we go, it just peels off once you leave it to dry. So, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to bring this one behind this rose here, because I want one in and around, so I'm going to lift it right up. I don't mind if it sits like that. And then I'm going to bring one under here where the tail ends are, because again we need a bit of floral around where our tail ends is. So we'll lift up. Just bring that there. At the bottom we'll bring some here. And a bit of floral through, so we've got some there. And I need one around here. On the outer side. So that's what we've got with our little daisies. So I'll place those there. Now we're left with our, I bought out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 bunches. I don't know why, guys. I've just grabbed 8 bunches. I've cut one up into different pieces, but other than that I brought out 8 bunches. So we're going to start here and bring one. We're going to have some on the bottom, some on the top. So we'll bring that one just on the end, like a bookend, as I call them. Now, all I say with these is dot these around to the point where it doesn't matter, you know, as long as they look balanced, you know, just have them hanging around. You know, quite closely. Because I don't want them spread out, I want them quite close. And have them, you know, mingle them up with your foliage. Bring some of your foliage through them. Oops, I'm trying to bring the smaller ones around the inner side that I've cut. So I don't want them hanging too far in. Let's just glue that one back on. I like lavender. We've got lavender, lots of lavender on the garden. But what I'm basically doing with these, I'm going, let me Just get that glue string in, top, side, but I'm not doing them where they are literally touching each other like that. Even if it's just a little bit of a space between each other like that, like here, I don't mind, because it's the lavender, it's the theme of the wreath where it's the lavender that you need to see. So I'm placing in quite a few. I feel I want one here. And even if they stick up a bit, that's fine, because that's giving you movement. Under here. I think I'd like one around here as well. So let's just go under this white flower and just place one under there. So as you can see, it's starting to give that lovely, lots of lavender wreath. Make it look really pretty. Let's just get another small one in here. Blue string. Just going to bring a small one here while I've got a small one in my hand. Now I'm going to chop. You can cut these up, you know, into two, or even have one where you've just got a singular one into thirds, or just in half, and place those in. I'm placing the one, keeping them as a full one around the outer side. I need one up there, so I'm going to cut one in half. Place that one. So there's not really many elements to this type of wreath. You're just basically placing in lots of lavender. Place one there, going slightly in the centre. And just work your way around. I'm going to go slightly in between the roses. And also don't forget to, again, to go underneath your ribbon. Right, let's get another one. So we'll go where the flower is down here, where the little daisies are. I may cut that little bit of tail end here just slightly shorter. So just fold it in half where the folded edge is, just go to diagonally towards the wire. I feel I need one here. So let's just make that quite full. I've got a feeling I need one around here. Just, I keep looking at it as I go round and I feel it's needed. So let's just place one again. As you're going around, you'll spot this where you think, well, that's not really got one in. So I'll get one in there. You can just bend some of the stems as well, so it feels a little bit more. And I feel there's one needed at the bottom there. So let me just do the ones here. Now we're going to go around bottom, and I've got one here that I'm going to bring out as well. So let's just, yeah, there's one. I've got a little one here, but I think I need a longer one here, just where the flowers is, because there's one there and one here, and there doesn't look enough there. So let's get another one. It's under here. Around there. And then just fluff up. It's better. And then I think one more. That I'm gonna bring up here. I'm gonna cut this in half. And I'm going to place this right under here, under the bow. so it looks quite full there. Now I've got a little bit here, so I could bring that in there, or I could actually bring it in the center of the 3 roses. I just move a bit of the foliage just to bring it there. So now we don't want no more. There's plenty in there. It looks pretty. Quite springtime, summertime look. And now we've got our little bits of filler foliage. These lavender are quite slightly flocked. I want to use all of these, so I haven't brought a lot out, and I've chopped them down. I haven't cut them in, not all of them in half just yet, because I wanted to see, just to bring, because they look like the lavender on the end, just to bring that similar texture to what the lavender is. And dot these around as well, because I can see some of the grapevine. I know she wants to see some of it, but there's places, especially here, I could place another willow there, but there's just areas where I can see that's needed foliage. So we're going to start again at the top. And because we're here at the top, I want to bring this foliage in as well, just where it's peeking out at the top here. I don't want it all down there. So I'm going to cut this one in half. So I don't want it that long. And I'm going to just have it peeking out, as we say. So that's like that. So then I'm going to, this little bit here that I've got, I'm going to take in the center with this lavender. Place that in there. Oops, daisy. Let's get rid of the scissors. So now I'm going to go around. If you feel you don't want something like this in, I'm just trying to keep it to similar texture. You can use more of a round, because you've got spiky and these are long and thin. Excuse me. Use a rounded shaped leaf as well. You know, you could even use a bit of ficus, you could use a bit of birch, or maybe a bit of oak or eucalyptus. Excuse me. I'm getting my son's cold. He's passing it on to me every time he does it. You know, anything like that, or salal, or even a bit of ivy. You know, that would look pretty. Or even just some seeds or berries, and add those in. I was just looking at, or even the watermelon leaf. Lots of it. Let's have a look. That looks even quite prettier actually. So I may dot a bit of both around. So I have got more foliage than I got out. I can't help myself. I can't stick to one unless, again, a customer requests it. So I'll just get those out. I've just dropped. Just I keep treading on them. So let's add more. So what I'm going to do is add the watermelon first, with it being bigger, and then I won't have to place in as many as the filler foliage. So let's cut a few of the watermelon leaves down, and plus with it having a bit of yellow in it, you know, for the veins on the leaf, the yellow and purple look absolutely divine together. And plus again, because they're rounded, as you can see, they've not got any, just push them up, wire in the stem, it's only in the main one. So just bring them in as depth. Don't bring them at top, because then you're going to start covering your little daisies and your lavender. So you're wanting to keep those again, especially the lavender, as your main floral. So bring these down as depth into your wreath, and then just manipulate, because these do spin around on the stem. So just manipulate, so as you can see where it's covering more than you're going to need if you placed smaller ones in, because if you place thin ones in like this, you're going to need more of them to cover up gaps than you would with something what's a bit larger and more of a solid leaf. And then you're spending more on your finances then by placing in lots more of the little foliage. And I'm bringing some of the floral above it, because again, this is just our filler foliage as our depth. If you want this, you know, the salal or a bigger leaf on top, that's fine. But on this occasion, because I want to see the lavender, I'm placing it down as depth. So I'm cutting the stems just to 2.5 inch, or thereabouts, and I'm going where I see a little bit of a gap, like there's one here. You can use Fortunia as well, that's a good filler foliage. I can't get that in. That's a nice filler foliage with a few veins in. That looks pretty. Let's push it down as depth. Bring the lavender back up and the white flowers. Get that glue off my hands. And Again, I've filled them in here as depth, but I always bring one around where the floral is. I like to have things around there as well. Just basically I like that because I like to see it balanced. And balancing it out. And I could bring one down here as well to balance it out. I think one's needed somewhere under here. So I'll bring one under here. Just so it's there as well. I'm going to bring one, where did I say? Down here. Let me just lift that up. I'm pushing it right to the last, to where the leaf starts on the stem. Bring up your lavender so it can be seen and not hidden. And you can go around and do that near to the end. Just lift it up towards yourself. You want to see it. It's all about the lavender. Let's get one where the tail ends are as well. So that balances that little piece out. And then one right near the end, and I'm going to place one under here near the end as well. But pushing it again right in. Bring our lavender up. Just play around with the leaves. Let's get one right under here. So I've placed in our watermelon, as you can see, around here, underneath here, on the ends, at the top and the bottom, and in here, and a few in around the centre. I don't want any more in. I want to just add the little bit of filler foliage that I started using, and then that will be that. So let's just get rid of those. So we'll just put a few in. I don't want too many. Not now I've filled in with the more watermelon. This is just another bit of foliage. Just lift that so you can see it. And again, just scatter this around as well. That little extra different texture. I'm just going along the outer side. And plus, with it being slightly longish, it's giving me that length to sort of like balance with the willow as well. So the willow just doesn't look odd and all by itself. Sorry about my hand, guys. It's just I need something to grab. So we'll just keep going around till we get near the end, and then I'll probably have a look if we need any, just a few in the centre. And we'll place one. I don't need that long on the end. Just so we can see the tip again of it. Need, I think, what have I got? I think I need a lavender there, and I've just placed them back because I trod on them. So let me just get it. It's around here, here, and I think here, and maybe there. So I may need 3. 1, 2, 3. So around here. Then one here, then one here. Just have a look. Just cut that one. I'm going to place that one so it's lying around where the watermelon is. That needs to go under. I'm going to bring one there, just behind the rose. over there. And just do a bit of this. Cut that in half as well. Some around here. I've got 2 pieces. I'll bring one there. See a little tidgy gap. I'll bring one and just there. I've got 3 longer pieces left. I may as well use them. Let's have a look. We'll bring one there around the side. One. And there. Something's crying out for around here. I'll just bring that there. So guys, that is our lovely lavender tutorial on a wreath today. That's pretty. I hope you enjoyed it. I think that's really nice. I'm just going to get a bit of rope so it can be hung up. And the bow again is at the bottom. So I'm looking at the weight, so I'm guessing on this. I should have really put it on to start with. I fold the rope in half and then I get the loop piece and then I take that under. And I'm guessing around here, guys. And I thread it through all my foliage and place it under the foliage so you can't see. Let's move the foliage out of the way. I'm guessing around here. And then I thread the 2 loose ends through the loop. And then I just pull. And I'll place the foliage back down so you can't see. We just get that bit of foliage out, what's caught in it. And then I just tie a knot at the top. You can do a wire or put a ribbon on or a pipe cleaner. Oh, I've got it caught, guys. And then I just pull. And then I pull that way as well, just to give it that extra little bit of tightness. And then I cut along. Just bring that through. Yeah, just check on the back. I can just see one popping out, so I'm going to replace that one stem. So let's just cut it down. It was obviously too long. So there we have a clean wreath on the back. Let's get rid of all our rubbish. And then just fluff up your bow again. Now I've had it upside down. And there's our beautiful, beautiful lavender wreath. Again, you don't have to go for all. Some people just like the simplicity of one flower. Or a couple. So excuse me, they don't want, or it's not that they don't like, they don't want it where you have all different spring flowers on or anything like that. They just want a minimal amount of floral. So it's the lavender that's our main flower on here. We have got the roses here, but that's just so they can go with the plain ribbon that we have here. So hence the reason I picked the 3 lavenders and put them in a cluster to go with the ribbon, so they go with the plainness of the flower, of the rose. And then I picked the lavender ribbon, obviously, because that is our main feature, is our lavender. So, which is beautiful. And that would look lovely on anybody's door in springtime. So I'm going to try and put the camera up, guys. Again, this is my new stand, and luckily it's not moved, and I don't think you can, now I've done the wreath, you can see it for its glory. So we're going to place the stand up, the camera up. I'm going to place it on the easel. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness. Fingers crossed. Let's just place that hook on. And once you've got it up, then you can check it again. I'm going to lower the easel because it's quite high. Let's just fluff up our bow. I'm going to place it there. Oh my goodness, I'm scared for myself. Right, guys, let me move this stand back. I've got it on a stand. I've had to place it on a stand. Oh my goodness, I didn't touch it because it's the handle on it is very, very strong. Let me just come back a little bit more. I feel it's going to fall. I need a bit of weight on the stand. No, that's not heavy enough. Oh my good gracious me. Oh my gosh, what's that? Oh, a bucket of flowers have fell over. Right, I'll leave it there, guys. I didn't touch it anymore, but I think you get the gist of what it looks like from there. I just didn't touch it. So there's our project, and I'm hoping that that camera stand holds. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, where you just, you know, it's just a lavender wreath. It's a nice, you know, springy effect, and you know, lavender's lovely anyway. And just with just 3 simple lilac roses in them and a simple bow. You know, you don't have to have pattern bow, you can just have the plain lilac bow as well. And just the odd little bit of white. Again, I like to add a bit of white. It's got white on the ribbon anyway, so I wanted to use what colours was on the ribbon in the wreath to balance it out again. So I've used just little amounts of white, but I wanted the focal point to be all of the lavender. And again, with us having the plain bow here, I just wanted to use 3 plain roses, and just to go with the plain bow. And then just, you know, extend the tail ends here. You don't have to have long tail ends there. I brought this tail end and I entwined it within some of the foliage, just so one goes one side and the other one comes over here, just to send the bow in another direction. You don't always have to have your tail ends on your bows with each other. You can manipulate 1 or 2, however many you have, and bring them all in different directions, and that will also add a little bit of interest to your arrangement. And then we just added some little filler foliage, our watermelon leaf again, because it's larger and more of a solid leaf. I placed it deep down as depth to cover those gaps, because I didn't want them on top. And again, having bigger leaves covers more space, more gaps than you would if you had tiny leaves. You would have to place more tiny leaves in just to cover those. You could place 1 watermelon stem in, but with the filler foliage you may have to place in about 4 or 5. So again, that could make your costs higher. So try to budget as cheap as you can by placing just 1 in, because some customers don't want to be paying for all of that foliage. They just want something quite simple. And then I added these little maidenhair ferns, you know, just to give it that little bit of lime green in it as well, just to set off from the colour of the long-leafed willow. I just, with that being like a darker green, I want, you know, and it's quite a matty colour. It's a very similar colour to the I'd say the eucalyptus, or if anything like that. Looks a bit grey on some of it, but it's darker than the filler foliage. So I wanted to counteract the tones of the greenery to bring, you know, so they would be noticed as you look at them when you stand there. I tend to say, but that's my opinion, if you have too much of the same tone, it becomes, some of the foliage becomes invisible, to the point where you won't notice it's there because it's the same tone or same shade. So hence the reason I tend to like to put different shades in. So if you stood there and noticed that, you would think, oh, there's a lime green one there, there's that one there. You'll notice, so to speak, of the different foliage because of the different shades. And that also, I tend to use that sometimes with my flowers as well. I could use these lilac ones, but I don't tend to bring out the same tone of lilac with these. I would bring a slightly different tone or shade of lilac to, you know, to go with it, but not the exact same, because they clash and they become invisible. So I hope that helped. And again, if you've got any spray paint, you know, you can buy it, Krylon it's called. You can use for protecting your flowers as well. But if you want spray paint, you can buy it anywhere online. Just put artificial floral spray paint and it'll all pop up, guys. And you can get all different colours. Get one, spray your wreath, it's not going to hurt it. Spray your wreath a different colour. You don't have to have it white. You could spray it purple if you like. You know, you could spray it pink, blue, yellow, whichever colour you want to spray it, just to have something different than the natural coloured grapevine, which will also, again, add a little bit of interest to your arrangement. So there's a few, you know, tips that you could do and a little, you know, help along the way if that helps you guys. So please subscribe, share and like. To the world, to everybody who you know, have a wonderful day. Take care, guys, if you're in these strong winds, and please, if you have to go out, be careful and stay warm. Wrap up like a cocoon if you have to, with many layers on, just to keep yourselves warm. And have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. I love you all. Keep your comments coming. Bye for now, guys. Bye bye and God bless. Bye bye. Right, this is going to be a challenge getting this off, guys, because the handle on this phone is totally the opposite way round to what it were on my other stand. So I don't know if it's going to crack. Let me just, oh my goodness, I didn't touch it. Pull that out so it doesn't, oh gosh, which way do I get? Oh, steady guys, I'm trying. It's gonna go. There we have it. Oh, that was softer than I thought. So there's the lovely lilac roses. They look very realistic with their own little bit of foliage as well. You've got your wonderful lavender ribbon and your plain burlap or eleganza ribbon. And then there's your, I don't know if you can see if it's flocked. There's your flocked lavender. There's your wonderful little white wild daisies. Your maiden, if it's gonna, yeah, maidenhair fern. Your willow, as you can see, it's a little like a matty colour, isn't it? So again, with the lime green coloured filler foliage, and then your watermelon there as well, deep set right at the bottom behind everything there as well. So that's basically all we use today, guys. So give it a go. If you want to do something like that, give it a go and have fun. Again, you don't have to do it in the purple or lilac lavender. You could do it in the white. You could do it all in a stilby if you like. You can get many different colours stilbies. Do it in pinks. I've got pink lavender as well. Or do it in pink astilbe, white astilbe, yellow astilbe, anything like that, guys, but have fun. So take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.